This is the Olee Sleep 13-inch hybrid queen mattress. What stood out to me right away was how it balances that soft, contouring feel on top with real support underneath. So I wake up without tight shoulders or a stiff lower back. I think of this as a hybrid mattress for people who want memory foam comfort without the stuck-in-the-mud feeling, and for anyone who sleeps hot but still wants pressure relief. If you are moving over from a full foam mattress and you miss a little bounce, or if you are a back sleeper who sometimes rolls to the side, this sits in a sweet spot. It also makes sense if you need something that can arrive compact and be set up without a delivery crew. The design choices here affect nightly use more than a spec sheet ever will. The quilted top is soft and breathable, and it does not feel plasticky or slick. It has a subtle give to it that lets your shoulders and hips start to sink before the memory foam layer takes over. The first comfort layer is gel-infused memory foam. It is not slow and mushy. It cradles, then lets you move. Under that, there is a firmer transition foam that keeps you from bottoming out. The core is a set of individually wrapped steel springs. Because they are pocketed, they compress where you put weight without dragging the rest of the bed down with them. The whole build is about 13 inches tall, which ends up at a comfortable sitting height on a standard platform frame and works well with deep pocket sheets. The foams are CertiPUR United States certified, so the materials check the boxes for content and emissions, which matters since you are sleeping on it every night. Setup was straightforward. I cut the plastic, unrolled it, and let it breathe. It puffed up quickly in the first hour, but it kept filling out over the next day. I slept on it the first night and it felt fine, but by the second evening it had its full shape and firmness. There was a light new mattress scent for the first day. I cracked a window and it faded fast. Weight-wise, it is a two-person lift if you need to carry it upstairs. Once it is in place, it is easy to rotate. I have it on a slatted platform with close slats and it feels stable. There are no creaks from the springs, even when I sit near the edge to tie my shoes. Responsiveness is where this hybrid feel makes sense. When I change positions, the top foam recovers quickly, and the springs give just enough pushback to help me roll without effort. If you are used to a full foam bed that traps you in a divot, this is different in a good way. It is also quiet. I did not hear the telltale boing you get from old-school connected springs. In terms of core performance, firmness lands in that middle ground that people call medium firm. It is not a plush sinker, and it is not a board. Lying on my back, my hips stay level and my lower spine feels supported. On my side, my shoulder sinks enough to relieve pressure without my ribcage collapsing inward. Stomach sleeping is usable for shorter stretches because the top foam does not swallow my hips, though I still prefer back or side. Pressure relief is more about how evenly it distributes weight than about a dramatic sinking feel. The gel-infused foam and the ventilated top help with heat. I run warm at night, and this does a better job moving heat away than the all-foam bed I used before. I do not wake up sweaty, even after a long summer night with a heavier blanket. Motion isolation is good for a spring-based mattress. The pocketed coils and that memory foam cap soak up a lot of movement. I did a quick test where I set a half-full glass of water near the center and shifted my weight near the edge. The surface rippled a little, but the glass did not walk across the mattress. During sleep, when I roll from back to side, I do not feel a big wave travel to the other side. If your partner is very restless, you might notice a bit of bounce compared to a dense full foam bed, but it is controlled and not disruptive. Edge support lands in a practical spot. Sitting right on the edge compresses the foam as expected, but I do not feel like I am sliding off. Lying close to the edge to stretch or to make room for a pet still feels supported. If you need a super rigid edge for sitting long stretches, this is decent, not rock solid the way some hotel beds with reinforced rails can be. Over the first several weeks, I paid attention to alignment and how my back felt in the morning. I spend a lot of time at a desk, and tight lower back muscles are a thing for me. On this mattress, I wake up looser. I do not feel the pressure at my hips that I used to get with a firmer foam core. I also tested heat control by keeping the room a little warmer than I prefer. The top stayed neutral. The surface never felt cold to the touch, but it did not trap heat either. Noise was a non-issue. No squeaks from the spring unit when I rolled to the edge or sat down quickly. One real-world night that stood out was after a long editing session. I was sore in the shoulders and ended up sleeping on my side most of the night. The quilted top and memory foam took that weight without creating a hot spot under my shoulder blade. I changed sides a few times, and I did not have to do the slow roll you get with sticky foam. Another scenario was a weekend morning with coffee and a book. I sat supported near the edge with legs off the side. It dipped, but my posture did not collapse. For couples, I would call it partner-friendly. You can move without waking each other, and you can still push off the surface to roll or sit up. If you are a very light sleeper, a full foam bed might absorb just a touch more movement, but you will give up the lively feel this has. If your use case is mixed sleeping positions, this hybrid works. I mainly sleep on my back and flip to my side during the night. This gives me enough contour to keep my shoulders happy and enough resistance to keep my lower back aligned. If you are a side sleeper with extra wide shoulders and you love a marshmallow feel, you might want something softer. If you are a strict stomach sleeper who wants a very firm surface, this may be a little too forgiving. For everyone else in the middle, it lands exactly where it should. There are a couple of small things to keep in mind. The initial off-gassing is normal for a bed in a box, but it is there for a day. Airing out the room helps. The edges are supportive for sleeping, but not reinforced like a dedicated seating edge. And while cooling is good for a hybrid with memory foam, if you are extremely heat sensitive and live in a very warm climate without air conditioning, you may still want breathable sheets and maybe a lighter comforter to get the absolute coolest setup. On the positive side, there are features that genuinely improve the experience. The gel-infused memory foam keeps the surface from feeling swampy on warm nights. The individually wrapped springs give support where you need it and reduce motion transfer where you do not. The foams carrying CertiPUR United States certification adds peace of mind about what you are sleeping on. And the bed-in-a-box delivery and setup means you can get a full-sized mattress into a room without wrestling a rigid rectangle around corners and through narrow hallways. If you are looking for a simple way to sum it up, I would say this mattress gives you that cloud on top, springs underneath feel that makes sleeping and moving around easy. It does not try to be the softest or the firmest. It aims for balance, and it hits it. I have had consistently good sleep on it, with fewer hot wake-ups and less morning stiffness. People who like a hybrid feel, back and combination sleepers, and anyone who wants real support without giving up pressure relief should have this on their short list. If you want a super plush sink, or you need an extra tall reinforced edge for sitting, there are other options that will fit those extremes better. You can find detailed information about the Olee Sleep 13-inch Hybrid Queen mattress in the comments section. See you in the next video.